Hey everyone, I am back. Welcome to my channel. It's your girl Cece. Where have I been? Well, that is why I am here today to talk a little bit about where I have been over the past 7 months. I think it's been 7 months or so. So let's hop right in. Well, towards the end of last year, 2024, going into 2025, I had my schedule written out. I had everything that the Lord had given me to start the year off with. I was excited and I started getting sick. Yep, your girl got sick and I didn't know what was going on with me at the time. And oh, hold on, why I took these off. Y'all don't pay my little chain no mind here. I'm trying something right now. I'm trying to see something, right? But this has truly helped me with keeping up with my glasses because I can see distant. I just cannot see close up. And I'm constantly taking on and off my glasses and laying my glasses down and don't know where they at. So I'm trying something right now to see how this is gonna work out for me. But anyway. Yeah, so I actually had started, I got some notes so I can kind of stay on task. Don't want this video to be too long. So I started getting sick around the end of November, probably about sometime in December, mostly right after Christmas, right? So I was sick, like having ER visits from the end of December clean up into March. I was back and forth in the ER. I never got admitted to the hospital, but I was going to the ER for visit to visit because I just had a lot of things that was going on with me. And I'm gonna try to sum it all up. First and foremost, I was waking up every morning with my heart racing. I'm talking about time I open my eyes good and everything. My heart would just start racing, and it was racing and I just didn't know why my heart was racing. And this was happening every morning, and it took me to really just start breathing really slow to calm my heart rate down. But this was happening every morning, and if I got out of bed while my heart was racing, it felt like it was about to bust out of my chest. So that was the main thing that was going on with me. We just could not figure out what was going on, why that was happening. Once I did get out of bed, I was having dizzy spells. I was feeling like I was about to fall out, pass out, faint. And every time I go to the ER, they were running tests on me and telling me that my EKG was normal because they were doing that. They was doing chest x-rays. They was doing all kind of tests, blood tests. And they would always come back and say everything is fine. So eventually they ended up chalking it up to be me having panic attacks, anxiety attacks, right? And so I had to see my primary care physician, follow up with her. And eventually she ended up putting me on some medication so we can, get this. She ended up putting me on some medication for my anxiety attacks, but they ended up referring me to a heart specialist to see what else besides my heart racing, why is my heart racing? So of course I went to a heart specialist and I was doing the test, the stress test and our heart monitor for a couple of weeks, and everything checked out to be normal, but I was still having heart racing issues. But outside of that, why is your heart racing? Don't know. So they even ended up giving me some medication for that. Well, in the meantime, I was having a whole bunch of other symptoms too, from headaches to, like I said, dizziness, to feeling like I'm about to pass out. I was having all kind of things going on with me. Now, so the medicines that they put me on helped, but these other symptoms were still happening. Like, y'all, I couldn't hardly get out to bed in the mornings. I could not drive. I couldn't really do anything but just be in the bed all day because any sudden movement I was either getting really dizzy or my heart was racing. This was before they had gave me the medication, before I went to the heart doctor. So But once I went to the heart doctor and everything, and they figured out what was going on, I mean, they ended up giving me the medication because they said that all my other tests, my stress tests, my heart monitor, all of that stuff was normal. So it's like, your heart's fine. There's nothing wrong with your heart. Okay, so we got to figure out what's going on. So the medication that they gave me, again, they ended up giving me a medication to slow my heart rate down. And then of course, like I said, I followed up with my primary care physician, which she also was saying that I was having anxiety attacks. So they put me on medication for that. In the meantime, I was having so many other symptoms. I still was going back and forth to the ER. They ended up doing CAT scans. I ended up having an ultrasound test done. What else? They was testing me for some of everything. Because prior to my heart, them sending me to a specialist, I thought I was having heart attacks. I didn't know what was going on. I had a moment one time where they thought I was having a stroke. So they assessed me for stroke. I was not having a stroke. We just could not figure out anything. They did test me for blood clots. They did a CT scan. Come to find out, my brain tumor did get a little bit bigger, but I needed to get my MRI done to see exactly how much bigger, a more accurate picture of the brain tumor. If you just so happen to stumble across this channel and you're new to this channel, welcome. All my old subscribers know, if you've been with me for a while, know that I do have a brain tumor, and that I am to keep an eye on that. I get annual MRIs to make sure that it has not grown or that it is not turning into something, and I don't want to call it a word, that we don't want, right? So, because right now it is a benign tumor. And so anyway, come to find out that the tumor had gotten just a tad bit bigger, but it wasn't anything that was affecting everything else. And the neurosurgeon was like, nope, all the stuff you got going on is not contributed to, it's not coming from the brain tumor, right? Then like I said, they ran so many tests in between all this time that I'm going to the ER, found out that I had 2 more tumors in my liver. I had 2 tumors in my body, and they were in my liver. Thank God that these tumors are benign. And again, just like the tumor in my brain, I had to keep an eye out to make sure that these tumors don't grow. The good thing is these tumors that they found in my liver, they don't turn into the word that we don't want to call. They don't normally turn that, but if they begin to grow, they will give my liver trouble. So I would have to get them removed in. Until then, I have to just keep an eye out on them. But the thing of the matter is, those were not the issues of why I was having all of these other symptoms that was going on. And so we were trying to get to the bottom of what was going on with me. So because I still was having all these other symptoms and stuff, like I said down there, I will say the heart medication did work, and it did slow down my heart rate and stuff like that. My dizziness, it subsided just a little, but not much. So we were still having issues of me getting dizzy and feeling faint sometimes. And, y'all, I don't know what was going on. So what ended up happening was, like I said, I went to a bunch of different doctors, including a sleep doctor, and just had a bunch of tests ran. Nobody really could pinpoint exactly what was going on. So I started doing my own research, and I was doing my own research, and I stumbled upon, drum roll please, most of my symptoms that I was having was coming from menopause. That's right, you guessed it, the good old menopause, right? Yeah. So I ended up talking to my primary care doctor about, everything that was going on, telling her that, I was giving her a rundown of my research and everything. And so she ended up referring me to a gynecologist that is kind of an expert in that area. And I ended up going to her. And I ended up talking to her, telling her everything that was going on. She was like, yep, sounds about right. Sounds about this is what you're going on. And so she gave me some options, and my options was medication, some pills, a patch, and taking testosterone, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. But anyway, after doing my own research and everything, and as well as knowing someone, I do know someone that's taking the estrogen patches. I ended up talking with them, and just much prayer. And I decided to go head on and get the patch. Now, you do have to have tests ran to make sure that you are a candidate for the patch, because everyone will not be a candidate for this patch. And the two things that I do remember is, one, if you have any family, if you yourself or any immediate family, like your mom, or if you have any sisters, have had any form of had any breast cancer, then you most likely wouldn't be a candidate for it. Also, if you had a history of blood clots and you have been on blood thinners, that was another thing that you would not be a candidate for. So I was blessed to be a candidate, because my mom and my sister has never had breast cancer before. Neither one of them has had blood clots, or whatever the case may be. I have not had either one of those things, so I was a candidate to get the patch. So fast forward, I am about a month and a half in with the patch, almost 2 months, and the patch has really helped me a lot. Other things that I was going through was, let me back up. I ended up coming off of the anxiety medication, antidepressant medication. It actually did help stabilize my mood. However, it was giving me night terrors, nightmares. I was screaming in my sleep. I was fighting in my sleep. My husband said I was kicking him. Woke up one night, he woke me up. He said I was kicking him and kicking him hard. The medicine just at nighttime, I don't know why. I know that was a side effect, but yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why, but yeah, that medicine had me fighting. Like, I was fighting for my life every night, and I was not getting no sleep. So talked to my doctor and ended up weaning me off and getting me off of that particular medication. So as far as my mood and stuff goes, I would say that the estrogen patch helps a little bit, but I still feel like I can still tell the difference, that I really still needed something else to help me to control and stabilize my mood. And so I'm doing like over-the-counter things, you know what I'm saying, for my mood. But yeah, so come to find out, a lot of the symptoms that I was having, especially the heart racing, is a part of menopause, perimenopause, whatever. Yes, that is a part of it. And didn't know it. Did a lot of research, did a lot of learnings. You guys go out there and do your research, ladies. They have new research now, as well as new research and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. I was gonna say something else. Brain fog, y'all. Brain fog. Oh my gosh, my brain fog is horrible. A brain fog for me is just, yeah. Brain fog. It's something serious, right? Then what else? My mood was awful. I was having mood swings like nobody business. Like, the slightest thing annoyed me. The slightest thing, the littlest thing would annoy me. Or either I would get extremely angry, or I feel sad and I feel like crying, or I did cry, and I don't know why. I just felt crazy. Just felt like, I felt like I was losing my mind. And all of this is part of it. And so I learned that in my research, a lot of the times when women are going through these emotional roller coasters, going through these mood swings, dealing with their mental health, when they go to their doctor, they're quick to give them an antidepressant, but it possibly can just be the menopause that's affecting your mental health like that. And so I will say that the estrogen patches has helped, stabilize my mood. But I just got on a higher dosage. whatever, because I was on a lower dosage, but I just got on a higher dosage, and the higher dosage that I'm on is actually stabilizing my mood a little bit better than what it was on a lower dosage. So I will say that has helped. My primary care doctor was saying that if I needed to get back on an antidepressant, they had some other options that I can use, but so far right now the patches is actually working. Like I said, I do take a few over-the-counter things, you know what I'm saying? They say ashwagandha is good. I used to take ashwagandha, and I've been thinking about taking that again, but right now I got I'm taking something else for like mood. I can't remember what it is. Hot flashes. Oh my gosh, my hot flashes was awful. But since I've been on a patch, they have helped a lot. I'm still having hot flashes, but I'm not having them like I was. I was having them like back to back to back to back. I would be so hot. It seemed like nothing worked to cool me down. I would have a neck fan on and I'd just be about to burn up. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. Night sweats. I had night sweats extremely bad. And since I've been on the patch, the night sweats have really calmed down a lot. And I am sleeping a lot better. I will say that. I am sleeping a lot better since I've been on the patch. So, and it's not just menopause, it's perimenopause. Perimenopause, remember, if you are in your 40s plus, you are most likely going through perimenopause or menopause. And so I would just suggest that you reach out to your doctor. Don't just go through it, because this is something, and it's going to affect every woman differently. You know what I'm saying? It's going to affect each woman is going to have different, you know, some women are going to go through some things, some other women may not go through. But I would suggest that you don't try to go through this yourself. Please, please, please do your research and contact your doctors, you know, to help you to see what options are there for you to maintain and navigate through these symptoms that we're having. And when I say it's a plethora of symptoms, I'm talking about things that you would not even connect the dots with. Like one of the things was ringing of the ears. Now I don't have that issue, but how is ringing of the ears a part of menopause? But it is. The aches and stuff in our bones and our frozen shoulder. If you have any sort of shoulder issues, that's a major part of menopause too. What else? Body odor. We said brain fog. We said I'm telling you, look it up. I cannot remember brain fog. Can't remember all the symptoms that I've come across, but it is a lot, and most of them you would not connect them to menopause. You just wouldn't. Perimenopause, menopause, you would not connect them. Insomnia, can't sleep, all sorts of things. I'm telling you, if you're at that age and you are going through any of the things that I've named, or even things that you're wondering like, well, I wonder is this, check it out. 9 times out of 10, it's probably a part of perimenopause or menopause. So that is where I have been the last 7 months or so, trying to navigate through this. It has been a journey. I just thank God that He allowed me to come this far, because really in the beginning when everything came, because here's the thing, I was going through perimenopause some years ago, and my doctor, one of my old doctors, had already told me that and had given me some medication to take back then. But after me researching that medication, it was a different medicine than the patch. I was just like, I'm not taking this because it had too many side effects, and so I didn't take it. And over the years, just different things began to happen, and I had no clue until as of recently that mostly everything that I have been going through the past maybe 4 years have been due to menopause, perimenopause, and I had no clue. But it seems like around the end of this last year and the beginning of this year, the rest of the symptoms just came on me all at one time. I felt like I didn't know if I was coming or going. And then especially the fact that I was having this other things going on where my heart was racing and I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't drive. I couldn't hardly walk. I couldn't move. Like I didn't know if I was going to live. I really, honestly, I mean, I'm smiling, but I really thought at one point in time, I was like, this is it for me. Like, is this about to be over? Like, that's how I felt, because I didn't know what it was. And so I just thank God that, you know, he has given me the mindset to just look further into it and not just settle for what the doctors say, well, we don't know, and just leaving it at that. Because when you got stuff going on in your body and the doctors can't even pinpoint what's going on, at some point in time, you need to look into it into yourself and be like, look, something has to give. Somebody's going to have to tell me something, because something is going on. Something is not right, right? And that's what I was going through. And so, you know, I just thank God that, you know, he revealed these things to me and showed me these things. And I was able to, you know, pray my way through and move forward with, you know, doing the research and getting better and taking medications and moving along and realizing that, okay, this is just a part of, this is the part of life where I'm at, where this is what I'm going through, right? And accept it and be like, okay, so now I need to navigate through it, because it has started affecting my relationship with my husband, my kids. I mean, think about it. If the littlest thing annoyed me, that means stuff that they were doing, I'm talking about small stuff, got on my last nerve for real. And I was having times where I was snapping, going off, and they looking at me like, it's not that serious. What's wrong with you? And I couldn't figure out what's wrong, and then I would reflect later on. I'm like, why am I getting so angry? Or just annoyed. I just couldn't figure it out. So I would say for me, this menopausal journey has really played a big part of my mental health, really have played a major part in my mental health. And if you have any of those symptoms and you got some stuff going on mentally and you just like something has changed, something is happening, please see your doctor. And don't be, I'm not saying that the antidepressants are a bad thing, but just the fact of the matter is what I experienced was that they were quick to put me on that and say, hey, this is what's going on with you. And instead of digging deeper, knowing, and I got all these other things going on and it's still not, fixing the issue, I'm like, okay, God just put in my spirit, just do some more research, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I felt like he led me to do, which led me to realize that just about everything that I was going through was a part of menopause, especially if I went to my neurosurgeon, neurologist, and he was like, no, that's not affecting what you got, something else going on. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like, okay, so we know it's not this. Thank you, Lord. You know what I'm saying? But what is it? And the fact that everybody was like, oh, your blood test is normal. Oh, your EKG is normal. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like your CAT scan was normal. It's like, what? And so that's just kind of where I was at. And, I'm here now. I just recently celebrated my 50th birthday, which was amazing. I'm so grateful. At one point in time, I didn't think I was going to see my 50th, but I didn't know what was going on, y'all. But I'm so grateful that the Lord allowed me to see my 50th birthday. And so, yeah, and it was just amazing. I had an amazing birthday. My son, he is finished with high school. He actually graduated with his associate's degree before he even got his high school diploma. And then he also graduated from the early college program that he was in. And all this took place right around my birthday, as well as my family, my husband, my kids, my grandkids, my parents, my sister, my brother-in-law, and nieces and nephews all got a chance for the first time in years to go on vacation together. That was the best birthday gift I could have ever had. Because me and my husband and my sister and them, we go on vacation all the time. But it's just been a minute since my parents were able to go out of town or whatever. And that was what I wanted my gift to be. You know what I'm saying? That's what I actually arranged the trip and was like, they was like, what you want to do for your birthday? I want to go on vacation and I want all y'all to go with me. And that's how it ended up happening. And it was such a blessing, because last time my family, my whole family like that, been on vacation, my son was a baby. He was a baby the last time my parents and my sister and them, and we all went on a trip together. So the fact of the matter is now that we got a chance to do it and my grandkids got a chance to come along, it was just so amazing, y'all. So I really had an amazing 50th birthday to start this 50th journey, you know what I'm saying, in this 50 club. It was an amazing start, and I'm looking forward to so much more. But I wanted to take you all on this journey with me going through menopause and just talk about this thing, because it's something that we don't really talk about, especially as African American women. We really don't talk about menopause like that. You know what I'm saying? We don't really go out there and do our research and stuff like that. Some of us, you know, some do, some don't, you know. But, you know, some just kind of chalk it up as, you know, I get hot flashes and stuff like that. But everything else that they may have going on, they're not attributing that to saying that this is also a part of menopause too. And wait, I almost forgot, y'all. During the time that I was going through all this stuff, I gained so much weight, because menopause make you gain weight. Not only do menopause make you gain weight, one of the medications that I was on also added to that. And it was a big weight gain factor. And so I was not too happy with that at all. So now I just started my weight loss journey all over again. And I wanted to bring you all with me. So we're going to do this thing together. So I ain't just coming on here saying, hey, look what I did to lose 15 pounds. Look what I did to lose 20 pounds. No, y'all gonna lose this 15 to 20 pounds with me from the beginning, okay? Because I need to get about that much off of me, and we gonna do this together, okay? So this year, my husband and I, mostly my husband, not me, because I think it was one of the days I probably had an attitude. I don't know. He planted we were supposed to plant the garden together, and he ended up planting the garden. And so just recently, my zucchini was ready, and I got my zucchini, and some bell peppers was ready, and I made me a zucchini meal with chicken and stuff the day before yesterday. And so I am gonna be, you know, utilizing my garden like I did last year to incorporate in my diet. I'm eating a lot of high protein meats and stuff, and so I'm into meats and vegetables, just doing high protein stuff. And I had started exercising. Like I said, I just started. So I am going to take y'all on this journey with me, but I actually just started. And I walk every day. I do weight training, lift out, but I don't go to the gym because I do it at home. For me, my personal experience is I like working out at home better than I do going to the gym. And I'm able to follow someone on YouTube, follow people on YouTube, pull up videos that's around women around my age range doing those type of workouts. Excuse me. Because, you know, if you try to do some other workouts that the younger folks do, it's going to drive your cortisol levels up. And that's not going to help you to lose weight. So on this channel, now that I am back, we will be talking about menopause and perimenopause and the things that we're going through as women, all the issues. And we're also going to be talking about our mental health, and we're going to be talking about weight loss, just losing weight. So if you are new to this channel, welcome to Simply Life Habits. And we are about to get in some life habits that's going to help us age gracefully. Yes, we are, as we age on this journey called life. And I just want you all to come along with me. I am glad to be back. I have missed doing videos, y'all. I have missed it so much. I'm so excited to put this one out. I cannot wait. Gotta edit this and get it on out there and start back doing my videos and stuff. So I'm so super excited about that. And if this type of content interests you and you enjoy this type of content where we're talking about these topics as well as weight loss, and I'm, you know, I want to share the things that I'm eating with you. I may share the different type of workouts that I'm doing with you. I mean, not with you. Yeah, with you. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Getting tongue-tied. But some of the workout routines that I do, I plan on sharing that, and I plan on sharing some of the things that I plan on making, my meals and things like that. And we're going to do this thing together. So I'm super excited. You guys come along, hit that subscribe button if you are interested in this type of content. I thank you so much. I'm glad to be back. I love you all. I miss you all. And that is about it. And that's all I have. It's been yeah, that's all I have. So I will see you guys on the next video, and until then, you guys be blessed.